You said the word library quite a few times, and I want to touch on that. My previous guest, I had a former Air Force, veteran as well, and we talked about people getting into cyber, and the fact that we come from all these diverse backgrounds with different degrees and people in music and so forth. I wanted to see your perspective on that because a lot of folks like up and coming things, it has to be like a computer science degree or so forth. What are your thoughts on that?
Most of the folks that I've met in this sort of arena, yeah, there is a section of hackers and computer developers, engineers kind of thing. But then there's a whole other section of people who are just um, excited about the tech industry, excited about trying new things and moving things forward. When I came into cyber, especially in the government, it was brand new. And so I'm like the end of Gen X. I'm the very tail end of Gen X. And our generation didn't grow up with computers until we were like, high school, college kind of
Yeah.
time frame. So when we transitioned the government and sort of started looking at this whole cyber defense thing in the military, they had to shift some people over that were already middle of their career or middle management, as opposed to starting from scratch, right?
Yeah.
So not everybody started their career understanding cyber. In fact, like it's sort of like what they did with the Space Force.
Yeah.
So when, they created a Space Force, they couldn't start everybody out at, second lieutenant or at, private. They had to bring in you at your rank that you were
At
at,
the rank.
sort
Yeah.
of teach you at that rank. So I sort of learned about cyber already at sort of a kind of a middle management position and in leadership. So I was actually brought up in the leadership of cyber. I didn't come up like some people do, which is, the technical part and then they move on to management.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And since you brought up leadership, I want to cover. Would you say there's some because you made that example of the librarian, and I'm just interested in whether how you translated some of your strategies how you strategize in the military, you learned that and translated that into say corporate or back and forth since when you were going kind of between.